So here's the thing. I have started 7 books in the span of 2 weeks. I want to read all of them, but I live in Miami. The weather here, it's not fall vibe weather. It's not fall-y. This is more like a beach vibe, but I don't want a beach vibe. I want a fall vibe. This is too wintry, okay? It's a hockey romance. This is a cowboy romance. Definitely not the vibe. So I'm stuck with fantasy, okay? Because I'm not really in the mood for a romance. Like a simple romance, I don't want that. So I have 3 options. I have the LAST ACOTAR book. This is the one that I'm most inclined to read because I want to start the Throne of Glass series, but I have to get over with that one. Then I have Iron Flame, which is the second one of Fourth Wing. It's really long, so I don't know. That's like very discouraging to get into after a reading slump. And then I have Powerless. I've seen this everywhere. I know I'm gonna love it. I know it's a good book. Here's the thing. I don't know if you can tell. The text is too small. Like, look at that. Look at the size of the words. Too small. I also have these books that I'm really looking forward to read. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Very exciting fantasy. I know everybody loves it. Probably will too. But here's the issue. Look at the size. It's too small. So even though it's like 400 pages, it's probably more because of the font. There you go. I forgot the word. And The Nightingale. I think this is like a literary fiction. I'm not sure. Historical novel. I've seen really good things about this book. I'm really excited to read this book too. It gives fall vibes because it's in Paris. But do I really want to read this now? I'm not sure. I feel like it's very like hot and heavy, not really fast paced, which I don't know if it's good for getting out of a reading slump. So then I thought that I was gonna read this one, A Court of Silver Flames, because I love the world. ACOTAR is amazing. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm really sad that it's over, but also I'm not, because I want to read Throne of Glass series. I want to read the Throne of Glass series, and I can't until I read this. So I'm gonna read this one. It's really long, but the words are not as small as the other ones that I showed you. And I love the characters so much. The weird thing about this one is that it's reading in 3rd person. I don't know how I feel about that because I'm not in the mind of any other characters. This one's about Cassian and Nesta, so we're not with Feyre and Rhysand anymore, which is kind of sad, but also really love them. So yeah, I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna read this one and you're gonna come with me and we can talk about it because I don't have anybody else to talk about it. I have to put them away. Didn't think about that. You have to read these books if you haven't, because they're the best thing in the world. So the whole series, it's about a fae world, okay? Magic, stuff, whatever. Here's a map of the last book. The first one's a little smaller. So here's the thing. In the first book, ACOTAR, we follow Feyre in her whole journey with encountering this world, the characters, why everybody is the way they are, and what's happening with this world because it's separate from the human world. Past it. There's a border. They don't come together. They hate each other basically. Feyre is a human girl. She goes to the Fae world and she meets everybody. Not everybody, but yeah. Basically, if you're not hooked in the first book, you have to keep going because it gets better. I didn't like the first book. Not that I didn't like it because I liked it at the end. The first book took me probably a month to read, but because I would start it and then I would stop because it was so boring. I would start again. I'd forgot everything, so I'd start it all over again, and I would get to the same page and keep on reading something else because there was no way I could get through it. But you have to trust me, you have to get through it to understand the whole story and to love these characters and this series because it's amazing. Second book, we understand more about everything. The third book still, and the fourth book, it's like a novella, okay? So like nothing, it's extra stuff. Nothing really important happens. This book, it's about Feyre's sister, Nesta and Cassian. I've read 30 pages so far. It's interesting because I'm getting back in the world, you know, I've missed all the characters. They're so fun, they're great. So far I've read Nesta is so mad as always. She hates everybody, she doesn't want to do anything. She just wants to be sad and miserable all the time. And when people offer her help, she just acts like a, if you know what I mean. A lot of people hate Nesta actually, like they don't like her at all. I do. I don't know why. I just feel like she doesn't care about anything. She's mad at everybody for everything that's happened to her. Like she doesn't take accountability of the things that happened to her. It's because of her. Like how people treat her is because of how she treats everybody else or how she treats herself. But I do like her. I don't know. People hate her. Even though Feyre has done a lot of things for her, she treats her very bad. That's why people don't like her, because Feyre gives a lot of love to her and she just rejects it. But yeah, let's just start reading and see what happens. So far I'm on chapter 5 and I feel like this book is gonna be mostly about Nesta and Cassian, but also of everybody else too, like little bits. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of Feyre and Rhysand, but of the others I feel like we are going to, because like the stories in the other books were completely focused on Rhysand and Feyre, which means that we don't have really a lot of depth on the other characters, and since this book is on third person, I feel like we're gonna see of them much more and we're gonna understand everything's gonna come together and then it will make sense. So far I really like it. I feel like we are getting the point of view of everybody, of Nesta especially, like the things that everybody says to her, she completely misunderstands the point. Like she feels that everyone is against her. Yeah, she's not getting what everybody's trying to do with her, that is help her because they're worried. Kind of get the perspective of what she understands instead of what she's hearing. We also get that from Cassian and the others more. So I feel like it's a really nice like space where we understand everything way better. I'm still in the early stages of the book, like I haven't even gotten to 10% I think, or maybe 20, I don't know. I have to put it on Goodreads, but it's fun so far. I don't want to put it down. I want to keep going and see what's the point of the book so far, because nothing has happened yet. We're just following them, changes, the way they're feeling, the things they're doing together, but we don't know the plot yet. I actually don't know what this book's about. I know it's about them, the romance and whatever, but I don't know the plot, because there's been the second book. The first book was about context, so everything that's happening, the divided world, the politics and all of that. The second book was more romance plot. It was of recent and favorite meeting and them getting together, the way they were feeling, discovering their feelings for each other. Everybody loved the second book, okay? I did love the second book. I gave it a 5-star. But for me, the third book was the best, because I don't know, the third book is about the war that's going on, because there's a war, and I loved it. I found it was the best one so far, because there was romance. We saw like what was happening with everybody, so like all of the characters were involved, all the courts. We understood very much of the problem, the politics, like why everything was happening. I think in the third book we basically met everybody that we had to, because there were a lot of characters. There was character development, some characters changed, there were some relationships made. It was a very plot heavy book. It was really good. I loved it. The fourth one, not really, because it was just whatever. The point of the book was to like give a happy not ending, but like a happy story, because in that period of time nothing bad happened. We just saw the good things, and then we're here. So it's a very long book for only 2 pages of Nesta and Cassian's romance story. So I actually have no idea what's it about. Is there another war? Are there any other bad people? I actually have no idea. But yeah, so far so good. I'm gonna keep reading, and when something interesting or worth talking happens, I'll be right back. See you in a bit. I've read 294 pages. I'm 100 pages to reach halfway, so I've read almost halfway. So, okay, remember what I told you about that I didn't remember what the conflict was going to be about, because I didn't know. Okay, so now we know, kind of. So basically, I'm not gonna spoil anything, I'm just gonna say whatever. So the battle that happened before, there were some other people involved as well. When they won the battle, these people like kept trying to get in power and do all the stuff. So we learned that one of those people, those characters, plotting against all of them, all Prithian again. They're trying to create a war again. They're trying to find something as powerful as the cauldron, and they're trying to find some magical objects that are gonna help them complete what they're asking for, basically. Baron, the High Lord of the Autumn Court, is a pain in the again, because before, when all the war happened with Hybern and stuff, he was against them all too. Like he joined forces with the bad guys, and he's doing that again. So he's like basically being manipulated. This person that I'm talking about, that's like the mastermind of everything. Also, there's another like ancient creature or wizard or whatever that was the brother of the bone carver, another like character that we saw before that had like those powers and stuff. We're basically going back and forth between the conflict that's gonna happen, that it's like evolutioning, and in the story with Nesta and Cassian, that it's, as you could see in the clip before, it's getting wild. But I like the characters, so like I like them together, they make sense. It's like Cassian it's like a warrior, it's strong and stuff, but he's also like very, not serene, but like he knows how to keep his cool when Nesta doesn't, because she's just like goes at it at everybody. So they do like a well match, you know, like they level their personality. We've also seen that change in Nesta scenes and her away, not away, but far from everybody, so that she doesn't keep destroying herself. She's there with Cassian and they are like bonding. He's like teaching her how to keep her cool, how to like deal with her emotions. He's training her. She's working in the library that's under the House of Wind. We've also been introduced to some other characters that are going to be like not involved with everybody else, but I feel like they're gonna be like just Nesta's like core family or friends that she's gonna rely on, because she already feels like all the things that she's done and what she thinks of herself are not like in favor of the family that Fair already has, or what she calls her, like the family that she chose. So she feels like she's already done so many bad things that they're not gonna want her back. So she's like basically starting over with these characters that we're meeting. She's like not trying to be mean or not trying to be nice, like she's just starting fresh. Like she's being nice when she has to be. She's not being mean, which is perfectly good. Like that's what she needs. And yeah, they are like training together. I have a feeling that they're gonna be like the next women warriors that they're seeing, because the Illyrians are like very ancient about how they treat their women. Like they think that women should just marry and do whatever. So yeah, I feel like this group that she's forming from zero, it's gonna be like she's gonna do something really big with that. Like they're going to be the next women warriors or something. That's obviously very helpful if there's another war coming. They're seeing now that the change of scenery and what they're told her to do, it's like changing her a little bit, like making her more self-conscious of the things that are happening. Of course, everything that Nesta does has to do with Elaine and protecting her. And yeah, that's basically what we're seeing. So they're in a mission to find these objects, stop the bad people, so that they can avoid a war again. And well, Nesta and Cassian are happening, which is good. I feel like there's gonna be like a portion of the book where something bad's gonna happen and they're gonna stop and they're gonna get scared and they're gonna run away from each other, but then obviously at the end they're gonna come together, because that's very obvious of what's gonna happen, unless one of them dies, because I don't think so. That would be tragic, and I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, that's what I've read so far, and then I'll talk to you once I get further in the book. Guys, I love Nesta. I don't know why everybody says they don't like her. She's so badass. She was looking at Hamlin, okay? And she said to him, "Tell anyone you saw as High Lord and I'll rip your head from your body too." What? I love her. I love Nesta. I'm loving this book. She is so cool. She's so dumb. I take it back. I don't like her. No, I do. But why would she say that to Feyre? She's so stupid. She's always so mad and stupid and does stupid things, and that she regrets them and feels bad for herself, and she can't forgive herself and does way worse things. She's so dumb, I swear, this girl. She's so stupid. And now, because of what she said, even though she wasn't even angry with Feyre or anybody, actually, just no, Rhys wants to kill her. Rhys is so mad at her that he wants to kill her. It makes sense. She's so stupid for what she said, but the good thing about this, though, is that Cassian has to take her away somewhere so that Rhys can't find her and he can't kill her, which means that they're gonna be together for a few days. So maybe they'll express their love for each other in these few days of reflection, because she needs these days of reflection. Like, she's so stupid for doing what she did. She's so stupid. She's so stupid. So dumb. So dumb. Finished the book, guys. It was truly an amazing time. It was a wonderful book. I loved every second of it. It was amazing. I'm gonna give a little rundown of what basically this book was about, because as you can see, it is long, and for some people I've heard it was kind of boring. I personally didn't find it boring at all. For me, it was exciting because I wanted to know like how the characters would like evolve, and at the end of the day, what their reflection and what they went through would make them be. What would it transform them to? So yeah, starting basically we see the way Nesta's always been so angry and so like miserable all the time, treating people wrong, and we see like how she starts deteriorating. Everybody else notices that. They try to help her, so they send her to the House of Wind, and they try to block activities that she was doing before that were like turning her down. So basically they wanted her to train and work at the library. By doing so, she started to find like a purpose, because she didn't have a purpose before. She was just living and doing whatever she wanted to do, because she was miserable all the time. She was sad. She was angry at herself for the things that happened to her, what she allegedly had done. She was blaming herself for a lot of things that happened. Therefore, she was very sad and like in her head thinking everybody hated her. They did, but it was because she wasn't a good person when treating with them. So then we see her journey, what she feels, how she starts evolving by meeting her new friends, having a closer relationship with Cassian. She sees that it's not that bad and wrong to want someone to love her back and to admit that she loves other people as well. She started training with her friends, with the priestesses. They were doing a really good job. It was very exciting to see that process. Like, it wasn't all of a sudden. For example, it wasn't like a day she was feeling miserable, being so mad at everyone, being a bad person, and then the next day she was all happy and being good with everyone. Like, there wasn't a jump like that. Like, you could really see the process of everything that was happening, what she was thinking. All of what she was doing was helping her to become a better person. The people that she surrounded herself with They were really good. They wanted her to be better. They helped her. They helped each other. We didn't see a lot of Risen and Feyre. We did see a little bit. The only thing that I didn't really like about this is since Nesta had always been very bad with them, they didn't treat her good, of course, obviously. Since we were seeing it from like her side, we would see this part of the characters that we hadn't seen in the books before. They were always so loving and so good, treating everybody good, having fun, laughing, enjoying themselves. But since this book was about Nesta, we could see this part of them that were like putting her in her place and being very guarded of her because of everything that she'd done. Obviously, it makes sense, but we would see this side of them that I didn't really love. So many people, for example, have said that this book has made them think of Risen differently because of the hate that he had for her, because of what she had done to Feyre and all the things that she wasn't like grateful for that Feyre had done for her. We could see that in the book, obviously, the way Risen treated Nesta. We obviously saw that part of him that we hadn't seen in the other books. It was like very different because we've always seen like the very loving Risen that everybody loves, and now we were seeing like a very cold, kind of mean Risen for the entire book, honestly. But we like have to understand that it was from the point of view of Nesta, so he didn't change. He was just being like that because it was regarding Nesta. Yeah, I mean, the last 100 pages, maybe 150 pages, were action-packed. There was a lot of things happening. It was really exciting. I actually really liked how the book ended up, kind of getting closure with everything bad that was happening. We could see at the end all the things that Nesta finally did good, and she was feeling good with herself. She had a really good relationship with her friends. She accepted Cassian and they were finally together. They got their happy ending. We saw how Nesta, Feyre and Elaine's relationship like repaired because it was broken for a while, and we finally saw the sisters being together and loving each other, treating each other well, understanding each other, and that was really good. I actually really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 5 stars because I don't know if it's because it's been a really long time since I've read the other 4 books and I wasn't that connected to the other characters like Risen and Feyre. I love them, of course, but I think that gap of time helped me understand these characters and love them separately, because I feel like if I would have read them back to back, probably I would still be very mad at Nesta and missing the other characters because like they were over. But I feel like since I gave myself that time of separating myself from the other characters and getting into this fully blind and knowing it wasn't about the other characters, it was mainly of Nesta's journey and story of becoming a better person, I feel like that made me enjoy this book very much. And I feel like if you want to read this, you should definitely give yourself some time apart of the other books and then continue with this one, because I feel like you're gonna enjoy it way more than if you read them back to back. It took me maybe 1.5 weeks, but because my last week was a little busy. I know that Sarah J. Maas, it's releasing another book, maybe, if I'm not wrong, end of 2025, beginning of 2026. So I know that this world is not over yet. I really wish the next book would be about Ezreal. He's a very mysterious character, so I would really love to see him. If you hear snoring, it's because my dog is sleeping right next to me and she just can't breathe. Having a book about him would really make us understand his character way more, and also his love story, which we don't know yet with who it could be. I've heard some rumors that it might be of Tamlin, but I actually don't want to read about Tamlin at all. I don't care about his story. I know he's not like a real villain, but I wouldn't be that interested in reading about Tamlin's story and why he's the way that he is and whatever. But yeah, it was a really good book for me. I would 100% recommend this book, and as I told you before, you should definitely give yourself some space between reading of Feyre and Risen and then continue with the switch of characters, because I feel like you would enjoy it way more and connect with these characters deeper if you would do that. So that's my recommendation for you. But yeah, that was basically it. I hope you enjoyed seeing me going through this journey and finishing ACOTAR. I'll see you in the next one.